up, down, down. I'm just kidding. I started watching Up, Up, Down, Down, so I just... What's up, man? This ain't getting... This is it right here.
No, this is actually going to stay in. Wow, I didn't really connect the two until...
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to another episode of The Brothers Perspective. I'm your host, Kenny Steele, and this is my guest, the Kingsman, Michael Shafer. Also, Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance.
Man, my boy can read good, can he?
Want to make sure I did it right. Want to make sure I did it justice. I didn't want to just kind of just put words and letters together and it don't make sense.
Yes, sir. I got you.
But I'm so happy to have you here. So glad to welcome you on the show. We've been networking and trying to get this happening for a while. So I'm glad to finally do it. We have been knowing each other for years. I will say that you are absolutely one of my favorite opponents in the ring.
Oh.
You are a guy that I can't help but to put over every single time. Anyone asks me who I want to work, who I want to be in the ring with, you are definitely in my top 5 list of guys. You've been awesome since the moment we met, and you've only gotten better with age. So congratulations on your success, man. I want to say that first and foremost. So to start that off, how have you been?
Man, I've been good. Sorry, it took me a while to read the message. I wasn't using Facebook Messenger in a minute. You were Snapchatting me, and I was messaging you just fine.
Yeah.
So I don't, maybe you could have hit me on a message there.
I probably should have done that. That's fair.
But I just I decided to just long story short, take 3 months off of full-time wrestling because I'm a big boy, and I was getting too big. I was like 13 pounds away from being 400. And,
oh wow!
And
wow.
I just needed to take time off and just kind of lose weight. I've already lost like around 15 to 20 pounds.
Congratulations!
Thank you. But I am gonna still defend my title once a month at Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance because I am the best Rising Star champion they've had in the history of that company already, because I am the best, big man in the game. So
no, I absolutely agree. And that's one thing I've always liked about you. You're a very athletic big man.
I am an athletic big man.
Very athletic. It's very impressive. A lot I always kind of credit guys like you, Stephen Kirby, Brent McKenzie. There are always a bunch of guys who you think should not move well, but are very fluent, very crisp, and it's always surprising.
Huh.
Every time I watch your matches, I'm always just kind of like, oh, wow, didn't know he can do that one. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to step it up here, but it's nice, you know what I'm saying? Because competition always kind of brings out the best of you, and there's no one I like competing against more than you, man. So definitely congratulations on your success. How did this actually happen? I blinked 1 minute, and you got this belt, you got another belt, as they can see here. Like, it's just you've it's been a long time coming. You're much owed success, but tell us the story. How'd that happen?
First of all, that is a handsome young man in this picture right here. That is like, oh man, top 5 most handsome guys I know, and the other 4 is me. So, but how did this become, as Brandon King would say, hashtag Mikey 2 belts? Misspelled Mikey, but he's probably a little in the clouds, if you know what I mean. But this was a long time coming, I was a tag team guy since 2013, 2014 with Larry Canis.
Yeah.
He had some business to take care of. He moved down to Tyler, couldn't wrestle for a while, and then it was either sink or swim for your Kingsman. And one of my toughest challenges was I had to wrestle Jerome Daniels in a singles match, and a lot of people told me like, "Hey man, this is your moment.
Right.
If you succeed, you'll be here. But if if you sink, man, you're gonna be tossed around." So, unfortunately though, I actually got blown in the first 2 minutes of that match, and I wasn't very happy with it. Just not to break kayfabe or anything, he hits me with a swanton, 1, 2, I kick out, but William Arda he actually called the 3 and actually, you know, messed the match up a little bit. But, you know, he was supposed to be the one to go over for the MPX championship. I think it was a prison break match for the MPX title when Franco D'Angelo won it.
Gotcha.
You know, he had that feud with Franco. Jerome ended up taking the title eventually. And then since there was so much, what's the word? Oh, God. Since there was so much backlash, I guess we would say, for controversy, there it is.
Gotcha.
So much controversy with the way I lost, with kicking out. They gave me my second shot against Jerome Daniels for the MPX championship. And, you know, I actually, you know, that was one of my best matches in my career. And I ended up giving me the moment of, like, you know, hey, we're going to give you a shot. And I've been busting my ass as a singles competitor since 2016 to now. Excuse me, something just. But, you know, just working and grinding, you know, I didn't want, you know, the success early. You know, I wanted to earn my shots and just working and grinding and then going to the Corpus shows and just having match of the night. I don't care what anyone says. I was having match of the night over there every single week or every single time I was in Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. And you know, they gave me this. They're giving me the title, and you know, I'm gonna shoot it to the stars. You know, because I'm a rising star. Absolutely. You know, play on words, if you will. But just you know that, and then the Addicts Championship, because I told them I want this is my time right now. I've worked it from 2016 to now. You know, I've wrestled Tommy Dreamer, I've wrestled Jigsaw. You know, I've done a lot, and I'm finally getting the recognition I deserve. And Mikey 2 belts, you know, that was fun for a little bit, and you know, I probably would have had a longer reign, but I told MPX, and I told him I was like, I gotta take these 3 months off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm having good matches, you know, but I was just slower. You know, I wasn't as athletic as I was. And I wasn't liking myself. I wasn't who I was. You know, 19 years old, I was one of the most competitive people you would ever meet. And I wasn't that. I was complacent. I was content with my life. I'm like, you know, I've won tag team titles. I'm the Addicts champion. You know, no, you know, just because you win titles doesn't make you number one. You always got to work hard. You always got to, because you're never number one in this business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's always something
so
to come up.
Especially as young as I am, and I'm still only in the business for, it's going to be 8 years in September. So I'm nowhere near up to the top.
Right.
So, you know, but that was a cool moment for me. But not only just becoming the Rising Star champion, but I won the Addicts title when Larry was the MPX champion. And,
That was a nice moment.
That was another fantastic. I will never let that go away, because that's amazing right there. Because me and Larry starting literally from the bottom, we didn't have a wrestling school, you know. We kind of trained ourselves essentially for our first year, and you know, I guess we'll start going to the background from here.
Nice segue.
Yeah, you know, we started at the Irving Bazaar.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like my friend Anthony Carrillo, he was just like, hey man, I wrestle over here, and I was like, really? Can I do it? Because you know, I lost football with my concussions, and I was just, again, it was another complacent time of my life.
Absolutely.
And Carrillo told me about the wrestling, and so I was like, can I try? And he goes, yeah, come on Thursdays. And started doing that on our own. You know, Carrillo's teaching us like rolls and bumps, but that's all we knew.
Right.
Another friend of mine, Julian, or he was Miyagi, because he looked Asian, and he was just Miyagi, like that was his referee name.
Right.
And he kind of taught us a little bit like what the basics of chain wrestling is.
Right.
And Thomas Baker, he was there as well. He taught me a lot of like the psychology aspect of it. And then we started going like bazaar touring, if you will. And that's when we met Little Tony and Stefan Unaki. And you know, they took us in. They're like, you know, hey, you know, lucha's fun, but you can come to my house, we see a lot in y'all.
Right.
We'll train the American style.
Yeah, there's other someone's that train downtown Ty.
Yeah, and exactly. So like, they trained us, and it was hard. It was a lot of running, a lot of bumps, like a lot of everything, and they actually helped us start running shows. Like
Right.
Larry wanted to run a show,
Right.
and so Larry was running CWA. Colossal Wrestling Alliance at the Backyard Lounge in Euless, and that's where we met Kirby, because we brought in Frankie Fisher, and then Kirby and some other PX guys came and watched the show, and they saw me wrestle, they saw Larry wrestle, they really liked us,
Right.
and they decided to give us a shot, and so we took that ball, took it to PX, we kept it rolling, and. Long story short, that's where we became. But the funny story to that was, like, we heard of MPX, and we actually applied on their website to become to train.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or at least for us at the time. I literally quit my job to
Right.
train at the bazaar Monday through Thursday.
Wow.
And just because I wanted this.
Right.
So,
No, absolutely.
So I'm literally making $10 a show. And I'm doing one show Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, and 1 show on Sunday, making $40 a week.
Wow.
But I kept the phone bill, so people could get a hold of me.
No, absolutely.
And so I don't tell that story often, because a lot of people tell me, like, it's like, oh, so you didn't pay your dues, you didn't go to training, and I was like, I did go to training, I just didn't pay for training.
Right. No,
so my entire career is very blessed and lucky, and So,
no, absolutely.
Thank you. That's all I can say. Because
It's and I always tell a lot of people, there's a lot of people who say, cats got to pay their dues, and I think if you're in this business long enough, if you want it bad enough, eventually you're gonna pay that bill. Like we even talked before, Kirby even said, on our other wrestlers' perspective, watch that, by the way, very insightful, that he didn't even come in the right way. He kind of, saw somebody, got a ring, kind of did some stuff. He was watching, Keith Lee, of all people, wanted to do it, and then kind of started his own promotion. And when he did that, he got chewed out by everybody, told he was, coming in wrong, from everybody, but eventually, Kirby paid his dues, and now he has, he has a business, he has a platform.
Yes.
Same way, with a ton of guys. I was watching the Punk documentary not too long ago, and there are a bunch of untrained kids, but they're taking bumps, they're doing flips and doing everything else. And then he went, oh, okay, well, if I actually go to, wrestling school and apply this, I can make something really big. And he did. So, you stay in this business long enough, you're going to pay dues. And, of course, hopefully if you stay in this business long enough, you got the passion and drive and smarts for it, you'll get better. So, and that's all we all kind of did, so. Yeah, but most definitely. And and it's funny to say, because I've always been impressed by you. And even just from even when you were with Larry, and Larry's phenomenal.
He's the smart guy. He's the very technical.
I give Larry Canis his due, because he is so charismatic when he allows himself to be. There's some things that he will surprise me with, and I was like, dude, I had no idea that character was there. I had no idea I was in him. It's just, but he brings it out, and he's always a nice surprise, no matter where he pops up.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Definitely shout out to him. But it was weird, because I knew you guys were a unit, even back when me and Payday were tagging, and we wrestled you guys a couple of times, and but it was always funny. There's always that guy in the tag team that kind of stands out, and because you're so massive and because you're so athletic, it's just like, we've had the matches at VIP, matches at NPX, even some of the matches at BTW, and I've just always just kind of been impressed. I was like, big boy can move and move well.
Appreciate it.
And we even had that. When we had that rivalry over the MPX Prospect Championship for a long time, and it was just a whole back and forth. I gotta say that is some of the most fun I've ever had in my career.
Man, God, you know, I'll see y'all later. He's just gonna put me up with that.
No, but it's just being honest, man. It's not even a blow smoke, dude.
Yeah, man.
I actually credit you to being one of the guys because when I grew up, my mother did not really watch wrestling. And she would come down, you know, like a couple of times and visit. And of course, you know, I had some shows. And but I think the kind of moment when you and I started kind of feuding back and forth over the Prospect Championship, I think that was the exact moment my mom kind of started becoming a fan. You know, shout out to everybody. No, for real, but shout out to everybody, you know, that's been involved in the PX and works there. Yeah. So she saw the show top to bottom. But I think it's just because, you know, people already have their perspective automatically of individuals when they meet them. Yeah. So, they kind of make their own standard. And I think seeing that show kind of put it over the top that she was highly impressed by everybody. Yeah. And It was so much fun and it's entertaining, you know, kind of, you know, it goes from being that kind of, you know, that wrestling show to be, oh, wow, yeah. They're athletic. They can do this. So, no, so definitely. And every time everybody asks me who I want to like, well, of course, Shafer. Automatically. I was gonna kill me, I'm gonna fall around the ring, I'm gonna bump and I'm gonna fly everywhere. And, you know, I'm gonna be hurt at the end of the day, but it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun.
And I gotta say one of my favorite moments was me doing the second rope to top rope springboard crossbody into the drop kick you gave me.
Dude, that was great.
So
that was so great.
A lot of people don't expect me to jump from the second to the third into a crossbody. So
I put on my Instagram the other day. I was like, God damn! I was like, I can't have Shafer and Brent out here doing moonsaults, and I won't even attempt one. And then, you know, I attempted one. So I was like, oh, great! Wait till I tell Shafer.
I do a one-legged springboard, and then we can start talking.
I know, right? Oh man, I gotta go with that ladder. So how did you? So you and Larry are a tag team. You guys kind of started forming that. I want to say BTW, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I mean. We actually our first tag team was, I guess, essentially BTW, but it was in Taylor, Texas. I want to say Syntex Pro Wrestling is when we started first tagging, and then we took that to CWA, Colossal Wrestling Alliance, the one that Larry was running. Yeah. We were the Natural Instinct, I think. Wow. That's what our team name was. Because I was the Natural Michael Shafer, and what was Larry? Larry was Larry, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have a gimmick at the time. I can't remember. Sorry, buddy. But, you know, it was just like that was what we were, and, you know, we tried to roll with it. And then we did take it to... that's when we started wrestling in NPX, and we kind of broke off early. You know, I was with the Rabbit Empire, and Larry was wrestling people like, you know, he was the put people over guy. I'm sorry, Larry. You know, he was wrestling like Scott McKenzie when he came back early, wrestling Stephen Kirby when he became Mr. Mayhem. Yeah. You know, like he and you know, I was wrestling. You know, I was putting people over too. You know, because we were still young. You know, like young cats. You know, but I was, you know, I got to wrestle Barrett Brown twice. Early Barrett, like Stewie Barrett Brown.
Tommy Pickles Barrett Brown with the ball head. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
good time.
I got to, you know, honestly, those are the only ones I can really remember. I got to wrestle Jerome early. It was like a 6-man tag. It was me, Hammer, and BC versus Jerome, and Big Ben and Tadlock.
Yeah, Tadlock. Yeah.
And I got to wrestle, you know, Lee Fang. I got
so much fun.
Yeah, you know,
love Lee Fang.
I got to wrestle Frankie Fisher when he was, I think, the Prospect champion at the time. Sorry for your ribs, inside. You know, I got to, you know, work with all these people and kind of learn early from that, and then, you know, we slowly became the manliest men you know. Remember that gimmick, right? Yeah, with the pink. Real men wear pink.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you about that. I bought a maroon and a white singlet because we wanted to be maroon and white. And then our guy Sergio, who makes our gear, he's like, oh yeah, I got this color. It ended up making us some pretty pink tights. And we're like, this isn't the same color. And he's like, oh yeah, it is. And we're just like, and Larry was pissed. Larry was like, I don't want to wear pink, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm sitting there just laughing, kind of going, well, I mean, we can make this work. And he goes, how? And I'm like, real men wear pink. And he's like,
and Bret Hart wore pink, bro. You can't.
well, it was, yeah, I know, but
Yeah, Bret Hart wore pink. You know, I'm just saying, if you gonna go try to stretch it, make it work. Like, look.
but it was like he had like pink and black, and
Yeah.
we were like white.
Yeah,
we were white and pink, like, and then I'm already pink. Like, I'm never white. I'm a pink man. I'm fat Majin Buu.
Oh my God.
So it didn't really. It didn't sit right, but we made it work to the best of our ability.
Did, you're telling me the story now. I wouldn't even imagine that because when you guys started wearing pink and white, I was like, oh, dude, they don't give a damn. Like, they're just going for it.
No, Larry gave a damn. I didn't really care. But Larry was like, oh, but it worked in his favor. Look at him now.
Yeah,
he still wears those tights.
Yeah. Love boy Larry.
It's kind of funny, ironic, and coincidental all at the same time.
It all worked out, man. That's awesome.
And then that's when we became the manliest men and then it was like, oh yeah, we could take this to BTW. And then when we were at BTW, I was the heavyweight champion there for the longest time, and I was the heel, Larry was the face, and the tag never really worked out in its favor until like 2 years in the BTW. And then we're finally but it's like, the Kane and Daniel Bryan deal where I'm still a heel and he's the baby.
Face, yeah.
And it's like, and then we're both baby faces, yay, and then he turns on me, and then he's the heel.
Oh, no.
And it's like, and now he's the champion, and now it's just like a full circle. And it's like, you think in BTW we would have been like, fighting for some tag gold, but I actually really like that we weren't a team there. In hindsight, because we were getting our singles matches and our singles pushes and figuring out who we are as singles competitors. While every other area we were a tag team. So,
absolutely.
I give BTW a lot of credit. And also because that's where again, Lil Tony, like he runs it. So
right.
He always saw us going up here, man. I appreciate that, man, so much for taking us in. We don't talk much, and it's nothing personal. It's hard to get a hold of me. I'm a very to myself person, so much love, man. I appreciate it, Seth. Thank you.
Tony's done a lot, especially with you guys. His work shows with you guys, you, Larry, Dante, Ty, a lot of the kids at the DFW All Pro.
I always forget that he's out there, man. So that's
definitely been putting in his work and putting his mark, man. So for sure.
Because he teaches us a lot of it's not spots.
Yeah.
We're in the ring for an hour just working. Just talking it in the ring, and one of my favorite moments again, as I had a third match with Jerome, and it was a leather strap fans leather strap match, and Jerome went to work out at his dojo over there in Allen, and I think he had messed up his lower back or something, and I give him he still wanted to compete, and I give thank you so much. I know you didn't have to do that.
Right.
But we couldn't do a lot of the stuff that we had talked about because his back was just kind of irritating. And so we go out there, and he's just like, and I'm just, I was like, all right, well, let's do this. And I'm calling this stuff in the ring because I knew his stuff. And, I'm just like, all right, Superman punch here, bam, and we went out after the match. It wasn't our best, obviously, but we go to the back, and it meant a lot to me that Jerome was just like, bro, you took care of me, man. I appreciate that.
Right.
Blah blah blah. And good shit out there. And thank you, Jerome. But it's just a testament to Lil Tony, because it's just you can call as many spots as you want, but if you forget or they forget,
it's on. Yeah.
It's deer in headlights, or you're,
right.
Again, sink or swim moment. It's what are we gonna do? Pop, work, headlock,
just work, man. Call it a ring, brother.
Yeah, call it in the ring, brother.
Same thing we did in Seattle, brother. Just call it in the ring, brother.
You're right.
That's how the old timers did.
Yes, sir.
But for sure, man, for sure. And where have you been working lately? I know you said you took a hiatus, but clearly you're a champion.
Again, I
spreading your wings, getting ready to fly.
Well, there's a weight requirement for that. But I'm trying.
Absolutely.
Nah, all joking aside, you know, I'm in Corpus at Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. You know, there's a lot of good names out there, man. You know, Chris Marvel and the Hybrid School go out there a lot. He's doing a fantastic job. You know, he has Ricardo Rodriguez over there in training. Nice. He has man, Jazz's husband, Rodney Mack. He's out there. You know, Funaki just became out there. Let me tell you this, man. I won this title in May, and Funaki was there to watch my match.
Nice.
And he took notes and everything. After the show, I went up to him, and I was like, hey, man, did you actually watch my match? And, you know, he told me, he's like, man, you you move very well for a big man, and you know, that's really amazing. And then he critiqued me, obviously, and, you know, that was a fun moment, because the best moment of that is my very first wrestling match I've ever seen was actually Funaki and Taka on a SmackDown versus I can't remember. I really got to try to find it which one it was, because I just can't remember. But they're wrestling some other tag team, and I'll never forget that, because before that there was just like a promo.
Doug and Danny Bash.
It wouldn't have. No, it was. I'm talking about. This is like Attitude Era still.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah. Okay.
Like, you know, so. I thought, you know, I kind of marked out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, man.
Nice.
You know, I try not to gush, but I was just like, I just got to tell you, man, I'm a big fan. He's just like, oh, thank you. And I'm just like, I can't stop. I just got to go. It was a funny moment, but, you know, just, you know, I got a lot of eyes over there, you know, and they all seem to really love me, and, you know, I don't want to mess it up. So, like, that's why I claim to almost have match of the night every night, because I literally, I can't think of a match that I did not have any type of bad mojo in, and so I obviously I'm still there. You know, I gave a promise to MPX that I'm not gonna work. I told him I was taking time off, and I'm not gonna work anywhere DFW for these 3 months, because you know, I don't want to take away from anything. I'm just literally wrestling here, and that's it, for the next 3 months. 3 to 4 months, or whenever I lose 100 pounds.
Yeah,
the body's fine. It's just the cardio is bad.
Oh, okay.
You know,
cardio's important.
You know, I'm blessed to have, like, I've only had one injury in wrestling. It's when I tore my ligaments in my ankle. Oh, actually, I've done that twice. It was against Lou Starrett at VIP, and recently at Purple Rain. In MPX with the triple threat tag match with Barely Gentlemen, with me and Dimitri, ROH Rulers of Humanity with James Johnson and Stephen Kirby, and the Impact Players. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I didn't name 3 teams. I was like, is it a Fatal 4-Way? Yeah, but it was just us 3. Yeah. Well, because Barely Gentlemen, it threw me for a loop. But, you know, James Johnson went for the flip dive, and I was too far out. So when I went underneath to try to catch him, my ankle just went. Oh boy. Yeah, so I took a week off. I was told to take 3, but you know, I'm stubborn. So. Yeah. But those are the only 2 injuries I've ever had in wrestling. Other than that, everything happened outside, like when it comes to weightlifting and stuff. Right. So I've always been blessed with wrestling. I've never been hurt.
Right.
Like super severely.
Yeah. Knock on that wood. So
I say it all the time. I've never been pulled over. Never got a ticket. I've been saying stuff like this for years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So segue into that. You know, you're working these shows. Who are some of your favorite opponents to wrestle?
Man, well, me and Kirby always beat the hell out of each other, so I could always wrestle Kirby, and I know I'm coming. We're gonna come after each other, but it's gonna be fun. You know, man, it's such a weird question, you know, because it's like there's so many, especially for me. There's so many. Johnny Swole recently. I love working Johnny Swole, especially in Corpus, because you know he's the hometown hero there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like our tag matches, I was not fans of, but that was a testament to me, because I was forgetting everything, and I never forget anything. I just remember our first 2 tag matches. I just couldn't remember anything. Yeah. And but I really did love our prospect rivalry, prospect
Yeah.
title rivalry. We had like the little Eddie Guerrero spot.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I was doing like the second or third rope sprint. Like, you know, and then not to mention, how did we not talk about? I don't know if you want to bring it up because I sure as hell don't, but I am. But
Go ahead.
the TV, the movie thing we did.
Oh, which one was that?
We made a movie for.
Oh man, we totally did.
We made a movie.
Oh yeah. It was
movie. I forget his name, but
it was my buddy. Guys, his name escapes me right now. Now I just call him my buddy, right?
Yeah.
But we did for one of the students at
UTA.
UT Arlington, UTA, and he did he did a movie.
Yeah, we did. We
It
have
was
a
short
movie
film.
out.
Yeah,
we have a movie out there.
Wrestling.
It's somewhere surfacing in the internets.
Yeah, it was me, you, Xavier Daniels, and Livy.
Yeah.
And we did a movie about a champion. Kind of winning the MPX championship. Oh god, dude, that was the funniest time.
That was
ever.
I'm. It's kind of like my first time ever doing a movie type deal.
Yeah.
So, I think I did probably one of the shittiest jobs of my life. That's the only reason why I was hesitant to bring it up. But if it's out there somewhere, man.
It was a short film. I'm pretty sure I could track the guy down and at least try to get a viewing. At least try to get a viewing of it because dude, we worked on that for like a couple of weeks. We even had to do some stuff like before a show. We had like some fans came in and got to be a part of it. And it was a whole thing before the show. Like, yeah, dude, that was cool, man. That short film was really
so
cool.
that's one of my. You know, that was a fun moment.
Probably
not a good moment, but it was definitely fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun.
Because, you know, I tried to take it seriously, but it was just so hard and
because it's different from when you're in the ring because you know we had the scene, so we had to do the same stuff kind of like over and over.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, taking so many bumps. I was like, dude, I'm in a gauntlet match right now.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
great. It was fantastic.
So that's it. If I had to choose 5 though, I guess, man.
I'll put it this way: don't just pick the first guys that come. They don't have to necessarily be a favorite, but that's always easy. It's like the first guys that come to your head.
Okay. I gotta put you in there for the prospect title run, and then plus teaming up when you were okay. Because you were part of the Empire too. So that's I'll put you at 5. And Kirby, Frankie Fisher and BC, I'm gonna put them as a tag team because me and those two and us two, me and Larry, we rivaled from like 14 to 16. Like it's like, what do we do? Let's put them against the flying jackasses. I gotta say, Tommy Dreamer, like.
Yeah, of course,
that's up there right now
yeah,
because I just wrestled ECW legend.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn cool.
Absolutely.
You know, Jerome Daniels, me and Jerome. I'm gonna put Jerome and Kirby as a tie. I'm gonna put them as a tie because like I feel like I'll never have a bad match with either one of those guys.
Absolutely.
And then number 1, and it's been since 2013. Is Barrett Brown. I haven't wrestled 50 caliber. And I've been wanting to wrestle Barrett Brown since 2013. And when I come back, I'm gonna find you, Barrett, and I'll put this on the line in Corpus. I'll find you at MPX, man. Like I gotta wrestle you again. You know, this is as much as I know and as much as you know, brother. Like I think we could have a match of the year candidate right there, easy. So. I'm gonna put Barrett at number 1 as early as we were in our career.
Nice.
So
absolutely.
Those are the names that are in my head. So
I got you. So aside from Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance,
Rising Star Champion.
Rising Star. Oh, wow, Rising Star Champion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Besides doing this and working in PX, is there any other places you are reaching out to? Any other place they can find you? Is there any way, you know what I'm saying? Any other promotions that you would like to work?
Man, just
Or you just chilling?
Well, right, like honestly, nothing has been really in my head right now. just because I've had I haven't won the big title at MPX yet. I haven't been MPX champion
Which
yet.
is due.
And I've been, and I'm gonna keep working on that because that that's a weekly show right there,
Yeah,
and winning that title that'd mean a lot to me. And plus, MPX is the first people to ever give me my chance to give me the Tommy Dreamer match, give me the Jigsaw match, so. That's still in my head. I still want it really
Absolutely.
bad. Gulf Coast giving me opportunities of a lifetime. I got to wrestle Gino there. That rising star, no pun intended,
nice.
In reality of wrestling at Booker's School.
Nice.
So that was a fun moment. Soar looks fun. If I want to talk about any that looks like a fun show to kind of introduce myself to over there. I'd love to wrestle in Texoma because my grandmother lives in Whitesboro, and
nice.
That's not too far for them to come
nice.
to come see me live. There's a new show. What is this? Elite Wrestling Alliance, EWA. It's looking fun.
Yeah,
it's
pretty fun.
These character-based people.
It has some familiar faces.
So that one looks pretty fun.
Absolutely.
Obviously VIP. I've been there once or twice. I'd love to go to DFW All Pro. Honestly, I'd love to work. I love working I think younger cats.
I think you and Mox would be really good. He's a guy that sounds kind of...
Shafer Jr.?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, buddy. Keep doing your thing. It's just so people keep going, hey, man, this is like Shafer Jr. guy. And I was like, what? I saw him, and I'm just like, I guess, I can say that. He's doing his own thing, though, man.
No, he's good. He's good people.
I love to work like new guys, because I try to be a veteran in the business, brother.
Right.
I guess those are the only ones that really pop into my head for the time being. So
I got you. And one last question before you go: how did you develop your style? Because you're a very athletic big man, kind of almost but Bam Bam, but another no excuse to Bam Bam, but I'm saying Bam Bam's great. I love Bam Bam.
Why you doing this to me?
Because Bam Bam was the first athletic guy I saw. I was just like, wow, of course, Bam Bam, the Kevin Owenses and stuff like that, but I'm always really impressed by guys like that. I'm you would think they would have more of a ground and pound style, but they're very athletic. They're all over the place. It was like, wow, this is impressive.
So, when I wrestled, starting in September 7th of 2011, it was my very first training day, I was 220 pounds.
Okay.
I was a tiny guy. So I was already I could do the shooting stars and the moonsaults and the swantons. I never tried a 450 though. I never wanted to do a 450. But I was already athletic as is, and although I wasn't the best wrestler, I was the best bumper. I could make anyone look like a star.
Right.
So So that's where the athleticism came from, and then without football, because high school football, I worked out 5 a.m, 4th period, and after school. I kind of got bigger, and plus getting a job, or when I eventually got my job, I'm eating fast food every day because I have money.
Right.
So I'm starting to blow up in the negative way, but the athleticism stayed. And I stopped cardio and started only lifting weights. So I'm gotten bigger, but I'm losing the speed. But the athleticism was still there, and it's just in my head. As I'm wrestling, I'm just I'm athletic. I'm the best big man in this business, and because I can do all the fancy stuff. But I'm now I can squat 800 pounds, and I can bench press over 400 or whatever it is, Now I can do stalling suplexes with people like Kirby and gorilla press people like Ryan Remington.
Nice.
I started changing the style, but Kevin Owens was the first guy I really or Kevin Steen at the time, if you want, because it was just kind of like me.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of like a husky guy, but he can do athletic stuff.
Yeah,
and you know, that's where I got a lot of my trash talking. Like that's, you know, I'm punching and talking, I'm punching and I'm talking, I'm choking and talking. You know, just never shut up. Like, you know, just like, cause that's what keeps people entertained. One of my another favorite match of mine was against Marcus Rose, because we're both heels. They don't give a damn about our match, you know. But I'm tossing them around, and they're starting to go like, "Ow, like, okay, whatever." And like they're chanting "boring" because all it is me throwing them around. And the one thing I'm just like, "Oh, boring, huh? Boring." Scoop slam. I just put a headlock in. You know, because in my head I was like, I gotta do something cool, because I never had a boring chant.
Right.
So I'm just like, it's like, you know, like, oh, what should I do? A moonsault? Should I do something cool? Maybe. And I was like, no, like, and in my head I was like, what would Kevin Steen do?
Right.
And I'm just like, fucking scoop slam. I just cursed. I apologize. Headlock. And I'm just like, yeah, boring. I'll do this all day. I don't give a damn about you. Shut your damn mouths. And like, you know, then they start
clapping.
They start popping for Marcus stuff, you know, like clapping for Marcus to get up, blah, blah, blah. And you know, we got Marcus over pretty well for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so
I remember that match because they chanted "boring" in the middle of it, and by the end of it, they're cheering them and going crazy for
exactly. So like, you know, that I'm very proud of that. So Kevin Steen, I honestly, like, that's it. I can't really think of anyone else. I mean, other than just generic big man moves that I do now. It's not necessarily a specific wrestler.
Right.
But just like, as I was a heel, like I would never shut up, because I watched an interview with Kevin Steen and he said Stone Cold. I was like, I asked Stone Cold for advice, and Stone Cold said never shut up. Like, always talk trash, and that's what I do. You know, so everything is because of Kevin Steen. You know, Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance, a big battle royal. We did a costume battle royal, and I came out as great value Kevin Owens.
Oh my god!
I had the boots, some random shorts, and I bought a black T-shirt and bought duct tape and put MS for. You know, so I was great value Kevin Owens for a little bit. So awesome. And I got that was like the biggest pop of my career, coming out as Kevin Owens. Because, you know, my first match there, I was getting Kevin Owens chants. So I figured, so I was just like, I'll come out as Kevin Owens. And so I came out, and like the crowd just like ate it up. And
awesome.
And I threw one of the best super kicks ever. I have horrible hips, and for some reason, I just threw like the best super kick of my career. So, you know, just thank you, Kevin. So
shout out to Kevin. Let people know where they can find you on the social medias, man. You see right here at Michael Shafer 24 on Instagram, but where can they find you on Twitter and Facebook?
Twitter, I don't really tweet.
You're supposed to tweet.
Yeah, I guess. Right?
Wrestlers need to tweet.
But my Twitter is Kingsman Shafer, KINGMANSHAFER. 1 F, not 2. Get it right. My Instagram and Snapchat is Mike Shafer 24, MIKESHA 1 F. That's right, ER 24. And then you can find me on Facebook at Michael Anthony Shafer, which is SHAFER. Yeah, see, you're getting it. I'm proud of each and every one of you. You're learning as you're watching a wrestler's perspective, and I'm teaching you knowledge. So you're welcome. And
I'm definitely one of those who got it wrong on several occasions.
Yes, everyone gets it wrong. 2 F's. Let's add a C. Let's add a G in the middle of this somehow. Like, what? It's because you can actually spell that in 19 different ways.
Oh, okay.
So it's always misspelled.
I got you. Well, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it. And if you guys want more content like this, please follow us on Brothers Perspective on Instagram at Brothers_Perspective_. Twitter at Bros Perspective. I'm sorry, Bro_Perspective_. I'm already getting tongue-tied. And on Facebook at Brothers Perspective. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at KenDogDMFT, and on Facebook at Kenny Still, pretty much. Also, like this channel. Like the page. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon for notifications, and also so you can get notifications of more reviews, more wrestlers' perspective, and of course, anything else we can come up with. We'll also have more guests like Michael Anthony Shafer, and who else? Who knows who'll pop out of the studio and say what's up. So definitely click now, like, share, and subscribe, and until then, we'll see you guys soon.
Keep it tight. Oh, wrong show.
Wrong show, man.